In this section, we are going to understand the programming language used to write smart contracts in the Ethereum blockchain. The language is called as Solidity, and it is the most used programming language for smart contracts in the entire world. Around 90% of the dApps that you see today is using Solidity as the smart contract language. Let's jump in to understand more about this language itself. When you look at Solidity, it is the most widely used smart contract programming language. But before this, there were other languages like Serpent and LLL, which were used to write smart contracts in the Ethereum blockchain. But at this point in time, they are obsolete and nobody is using them now. There is another programming language called as Viper, which is a Pythonic programming language, which means it looks and works like Python. And that is still in beta stages. Probably in the future, that might also become as famous as Solidity as well. But at this point in time, if you want to get a job as a software developer in the blockchain field, or let's say you want to create a dApp for yourself, Solidity is the go-to choice. Now, Solidity looks like JavaScript, which means all of the syntax that you use in Solidity is borrowed from the JavaScript programming language. JavaScript is one of the most used programming languages in the world today, which can be helpful to create front ends, back ends, talking to the database, and a lot of other things. Solidity, the functions that you write in Solidity, variables that you declare in Solidity, all take JavaScript as the base and are built based on that. But don't worry, it is not a prerequisite to know JavaScript to learn Solidity. Just that if you know JavaScript, probably it will be a bit easier to get into Solidity and understand the language. Given that Solidity is a very simple language, it does not have a lot of functionalities that the regular programming language have, because Solidity is only running inside the blockchain and it is one of the most efficient and let's say the most feature rich within the blockchain space. But comparing to the regular programming languages, it's a very small program compared to the regular ones like JavaScript, Python, etc. It also uses the Sol-C compiler. Sol-C, as the name suggests, is Solidity compiler. And this compiler, what it does is, it converts the human readable language that you write the smart contract in to a machine readable language. How does this work? Is that take any programming language in the world, right? If you take, let's say, C. C is passed into a compiler always. This compiler is like a translator which translates the C language that you write in your own words to a machine understandable language. Machine code, as we call it. So this compiler, you can think of it as a translator, right? Now, what do I mean by human readable language to machine readable language? Is that, let's say in C you write hash include stdio.h, etc. right? You know what does this hash include stdio mean, but the machine does not. Even more, when you create a variable, let's say a is equal to 19. What is the meaning of a? What is a? Is not understood by the machine directly. You need to use a compiler so that it compiles that and changes into machine code. The machine code will look like zeros and ones. So this is how a machine will understand the code itself. Being a developer, will we be able to write code in zeros and ones? Not possible. We can only understand the C language and how that works in terms of creating a variable, changing a variable, etc. So the compiler is a very important component when it comes to any programming language. Similarly, we have something called as the Solidity compiler, or let's call it Sol-C. The main work of this Sol-C compiler is to take the Solidity program that you write and convert that into the machine readable language called as bytecode. So the EVM, which I was talking about before, only understands this bytecode and it does not understand Solidity directly. So you need to convert the Solidity into a machine readable language and then only run that in the EVM. Also, this Solidity compiler throws another output called as the abstract binary interface. We'll look at the abstract binary interface and why this is required in a program very shortly when we deal with Solidity programming and stuff like that. So this in short is called as ABI. This is also used to talk from the front end to the blockchain and a lot of other things. Now, this is the work of the Solidity compiler, where Solidity program is taken, which will look like, let's say, owner is equal to, let's say, Raghu, right? And this will be compiled by the Solc compiler, converted into the bytecode. This will run into the Ethereum virtual machine, and ABI is used by the, let's say, front end or the users of the application. So when you have a website or a mobile application, you need the ABI in order to talk to the smart contract. We'll look at more at what ABI is, how does it look, etc. in the coming sections. But bytecode is the machine understandable language, and ABI is the abstract binary interface used to interact with the smart contract itself. I hope you got the concept of Solc compiler using this, and that is the compiler used in Solidity. Don't worry, if you know Solidity, it is not that you can only code smart contracts on the Ethereum blockchain. You can code smart contracts in the Quorum blockchain. Quorum is a private blockchain created by JP Morgan, taking the Ethereum's code base and adding the permissioning model. It's a permissioned enterprise blockchain created by JP Morgan. This is also gaining traction in the world today because many people in the world who are blockchain enthusiasts know Solidity, right? So it's easier to find developers who know Solidity and all of the Ethereum concepts and ask them to build a enterprise blockchain rather than learning a new language altogether. So Quorum is gaining traction in the world. Also, another new age blockchain called as Tron uses Solidity as the smart contract programming language. And I can assure you that whatever you learn here is not going to end only with Ethereum blockchain, but there's a lot more applications that are going to be coming in the future. So let's get into the Solidity programming language and understand more about Ethereum blockchain and this programming language.